Okay, we're continuing with Chapter 5, Section 5, units of volume and mass. Just a quick review for those of you that forgot from yesterday. Talking about distance, remember 1 foot equals 12 inches, 1 yard equals 3 feet, 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. 1 mile is therefore equivalent to 1,760 yards, and 1 yard is 36 inches. You don't need to remember all of those, but you should know how many inches in a foot, how many feet in a yard, how many inches in a yard. Those are ones that you'll probably deal with the most often in your everyday life. Next, we're going to move on to volume and weight, which is another word for mass. So let's start with volume. Okay, if you have 1 cup, that is equal to 8 fluid ounces. 1 pint is equal to 2 cups. 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. So then, if you have 1 gallon, how many cups do you have? Well, start with what you know. We know that we have 1 gallon. And we basically need to work backwards. So if we're going from gallons, then what do we know gallons can go down to? Well, the next unit below that is quarts. And there are 4 quarts to 1 gallon. So the gallons will cancel out. And that leaves us the quarts, but that's not what we want yet. We want cups. So what's the unit below quarts? That would be pints. And we know that there's 2 pints to 1 quart. So the quarts will cancel out again, but we're still not there yet. We want to get to cups. Well, what's below pints? Well, cups this time. So for every 2 cups, it's 1 pint, and the pints will cancel out. Multiply straight across, so we have 4 times 2 times 2 over 1, which means that 1 gallon is equal to 16 cups. So then, what is 1 quart equal to in fluid ounces? Start with 1 quart, and I'd like you to pause the video and try to figure out how many fluid ounces there are in a quart. Work backwards, see how far you can get. Okay, hopefully you tried it. So what do we know about quarts? Well, we know that 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. But that's not what we want. We want fluid ounces. So what's below pints? Below pints is cups. 2 cups to 1 pint. Still not there yet. But the pints will cancel out, and we need to get to ounces, or fluid ounces. And there are 8 fluid ounces per cup, so that will cancel out. Multiply straight across, 2 times 2 times 8, and we'll get 1 quart is equal to 32 fluid ounces. All right, moving on to weight. There's not a whole lot to it, so it should be kind of a little bit easier. So for weight, we have dry ounces in pounds, and for every 1 pound, that's equal to 16 dry ounces. If you have 1 ton, that's equal to 2,000 pounds. So my question would be, is 1 ton is equal to how many dry ounces? Start with what they give us, which is 1 ton. What do we know about tons? What's the unit below that? Pounds. So we'll go, for every 2,000 pounds, there's 1 ton. The tons will cancel out, but we're not there yet. What do we know about pounds? What's the unit below that? The dry ounces that we're looking for. And for every 16 dry ounces, there's 1 pound. Those will cancel out, and we're basically multiplying straight across, and we'll get 32 dry ounces. Or sorry, not 32, 32,000 dry ounces. All right, so let's do some conversions here. 12 fluid ounces is equal to how many cups? Start with what they give us, which is 12 fluid ounces. What do we know about fluid ounces? That 1 cup is equal to 8 fluid ounces. Notice that the 8 fluid ounces is on the bottom because I want to cross cancel. So I'm going to cross cancel the fluid ounces, and that's what I wanted to get to was the cups. So I multiply straight across. 12 times 1, 1 times 8 gives me 12 over 8. If I simplify that, I'll get 1.5 or 1.5 cups. So 12 fluid ounces is equal to 1.5 cups. Number 2, 2 tons, 800 pounds is how many pounds? So we need to convert all of this to pounds. But we already know that we have 800 pounds. So we're going to put that off to the side for right now. And let's just convert the tons to pounds. What do we know that we have? We have 2 tons. What do we know about tons compared? What's the unit below that? Pounds. So we want the tons on the bottom and the pounds on the top. And the tons will cancel out, and that's what I was looking for was pounds, so I don't need to go any farther. Multiply straight across, I get 4,000 pounds. But what do we need to do? We need to add in that 800 pounds. So we do 4,000 plus 800, so we would get a total of 4,800 pounds. Would you try to convert this 23 pints is how many gallons? So would you take a moment and convert pints to gallons? See how far you can get. Okay, hopefully you paused the video while I was sitting there looking stupid. Alright, so what do we know about pints? Well, we know that for every 1 quart, there's 2 pints. And remember, we're putting the pints on the bottom so that we can cancel out the units. But we're not there yet. We want to get to gallons. Well, I know that there are 4 quarts to 1 gallon. Where do I want to put the 4 quarts? Do I put it on the top or the bottom? I want to put it on the bottom so I can cancel out. I'm now to the units that I wanted. I was wanting to get to gallons. That's where I'm at. So multiply straight across, and I'll get 23 times 1 times 1 is 23. 1 times 2 times 4 is 8. And that basically gives me 2 7/8 gallons. Or if you used a calculator, you'd get 2.875 gallons. Number 4, 3 1/8 cups is how many fluid ounces? So let's set that up. We'll start with 3 1/8. I'm going to give you a hint here. I'm going to change this into an improper fraction. So from there, can you set it up? Go as far as you can. It's not too much to this one. So for 8 fluid ounces, for every 8 fluid ounces, there's 1 cup. The 8s can cancel out if you do that, and you'll get the cups canceling out, and you'll get 25 fluid ounces. If you don't cross cancel the 8s, you'd get 200 over 8, which would simplify to 25, and you get 25 fluid ounces.